True GOAT, back for some more economic updates to give you our real data, real news on what actually moves the markets. So let's go ahead, get to it. There's not much to really break down, so I'm gonna make this as quick as possible so everybody get what they need to prepare for this week. Alright, let's start with Monday of last week. We had the RBA interest rate decision. They went from 4.35% to 4.10%, so they did lower it by basis point of 25. They still on a hawkish stand, still data dependent overall because of the uncertainty that's going on with the tariffs that Trump planning on with all these different type of countries. They are remaining restrictive on their monetary policy with less cuts to happen to possibly none. So they still assessing the situation. On Tuesday of last week, we had the New Zealand rate decision. They decreased this from 4.75% to 3.75%, so 50 basis point cut. Pretty huge overall because they are confident in their inflation staying lowered for the most part. They are, I could say, hawkish, more restrictive on their policy. They ain't gonna have too much cuts coming in. They are gradually easing into it, so they remain hawkish for the most part as far as with their interest rate decisions. Now, on Wednesday of last week, we had FOMC meeting minutes. Not too much of a tone shift, honestly. They still hawkish overall with their monetary policy, staying restrictive. They ain't really pricing in too many cuts this year. Probably could get one rate cut in September. That's what the market is currently pricing in at the moment. But it's still stickier to get to the 2% inflation because of all these tariffs and uncertainty that's happening within the world of Trump and his overall goals with all these countries. So it's still, they still holding their policy at where they're at the moment. Rate cuts hopefully in September. And we also see on Friday of last week, we had some more comments from Trump, still in plans with imposing reciprocal tariffs. We also see the Ukraine, they still having their talks on how to end it with Putin and Zelenskiy. We also see now he's planning on imposing tariffs to counter digital taxes. And also signed a memo for restricting Chinese investors. So we had a lot of comments from him on that. A lot of things that took place on Friday on what his plans to further do with these countries and talk. So stay aware of that. Over the weekend, we also see Trump is now asking Ukraine for rare earth materials and anything else he could also get, as we see. That's quite the spin right there. In the EU, the Conservatives have won their election. That strengthened the EU on top of that. We see that Trump is congratulating them on that part. And probably looking to do business pretty soon. So we're going to see more updates on that possibly this week as we kick it off. So all eyes going to be on that too. Now let's go over what's going on this week. It's pretty quiet overall. It's not too much huge data. We see on the 24th, we got some speakers coming up. And we see that we also had the Euro CPI data that passed, seeing that it came out as expected. So ain't too much really going on at the moment with that. And we see on the 25th, we got US CB consumer confidence. So we're going to see where their heads at there at the moment with that. And we got Australian CPI year-over-year data, some more inflationary data. So pay attention to that, see how the markets react. And on the 26th, got some Fed speakers coming up, and we also got US home sales. Not too much of a market mover at the moment as the Fed's not really paying too much attention to that. But we do got crude oil inventories for anybody who trade oil. All eyes will be on that too. Anything that will move that market. And Australian capital expenditures quarter over quarter. On the 27th, we got ECB meeting minutes. I don't really see too much of a shift happening with that. As far as tone wise, we got US jobless claims coming in, GDP also on top of that for US, and durable goods, some speakers, and we also see that Tokyo got their CPI data coming in and French CPI. So all eyes will be on the inflationary data too. And we have the 28th, which is a big day because of PCE data, US PCE data. Only because Powell said that inflationary number is pretty important as far as actually getting a gauge when he testified. And we're going to see how the markets react to that. That could be some huge volatility. So please pay attention to that as far as what his tone is too. Any comments coming in afterwards, just keep an eye out. All right, so that's all the economic data, all the economic updates for everybody. So this is going to be a big week. Pay attention to any comments, any tone shifts from any central bank speakers, any comments on tariffs, all that, because that will affect the markets in ways that could shift this trend pretty quick. So please pay attention. I'll also be teaching this in my Discord, so more information will be coming on that as far as how to join, the pricing, which won't be that expensive. I will make it affordable with all the things you'll be receiving in there, such as resources, economic updates, fast news, things that actually move the market and how to take advantage of it, and all that good stuff. So stay aware of that coming pretty soon. I will be having those updates hopefully quick. So let's kill it this week. It's about to be big. To go out. Good luck, everyone.